स्प्रिंग्स। हेलो फ्रेंड्स, वेलकम टू माय यूट्यूब चैनल ऑनलाइन वेबसाइट। दोस्तों, हम लोग तैयार कर रहे हैं गेट और अदर इंजीनियरिंग एग्जामिनेशन प्रिपरेशन, जिसमें कि मैकेनिकल रिलेटेड जो सब्जेक्ट्स हैं उसके एमसीक्यू क्वेश्चन जो आते हैं उसकी प्रैक्टिस कर रहे हैं। दोस्तों, आज मैं बात कर रहे हैं यहाँ पर स्प्रिंग्स की। तो स्प्रिंग एक डिवाइस है whose फंक्शन इज डिजॉल्व when loaded and to recover its original shape, and then load is removed. The various important applications of springs are as follows. First, the fusion absorb or control energy due to either shock or vibration, as in car spring, railway buffers, shock absorbers, and vibration dampers. To apply the forces as in brake, clutches, and spring loaded valves. To control motion by maintaining contact between the two elements in cams and followers. To measure forces are in spring balance and engine indicators. To store energy as in watches, wires, etc. Next, stiffness of the spring. The load required to produce a unit retraction in a spring is called stiffness of a spring. And carriage spring या lead spring. The maximum bending stress developed in the spring is given by sigma equal to 3WL upon 2n square, and deflection is equal to 3WL cube upon 8En cube. यहाँ पर W क्या है? W is the load of the spring, small l क्या है? strain of the spring, T हमारा क्या है? width of the plate, and N क्या है? number of plate, and capital E क्या है? यह modulus of the material of the plate. Next, closely coiled helical spring. When a closely coiled helical spring of a mean diameter T is subject to potential load W, twisting moment due to the load W is given by T equal to WR equal to W into D by 2 equal to pi by 60 into tau into D cube. Deflection of the spring, sigma equal to delta equal to 54 W R cube n upon C D power 4. इसको सिंप्लीफाई कर सकते हो तो W 8W D cube and C D power 4. Energy stored in the spring का फॉर्मूला क्या है? U equal to 1 by 2 W delta, and delta S equal to thickness of the spring क्या हो जाएगा यहाँ पर? W upon deflection equal to C D की power 4 upon 64 R cube n या C D की power 4 8 D cube n. R क्या है? mean radius of the power spring equal to D by 2, and D is small d क्या है? diameter of the spring, and n is the number of turns coiled, and C is the modulus of rigidity for the spring material, and tau is the maximum stress induced in the wire due to the twisting. Spring in series and parallel. What are springs? Tearing of the plate and edge. This can be avoided by the keeping the margin m is equal to 1.5 d, where d is the diameter of the rivet hole. Tearing of the plate across the row of rivets. The tearing resistance of pull required to tear off the plate per pitch length is given by P is equal to P minus T sigma T, and P is the pitch of the rivet, D is the diameter of the rivet hole, T is the thickness of the plate, and sigma T is the permeable tensile resistance of the plate material. Tearing of the rivets. The shearing resistance or pull required shear of the rivet per pitch length is given by P s equal to n into pi by 4 d square into tau in single stress, and P s equal to n into 2 into pi by 4 d square into tau in the double stress. N is the number of rivet per pitch length, and tau is the permeability stress for the rivet material. Pressing of the rivet. The pressing resistance या pull required to press the rivet per pitch length is given by P c is equal to n dt sigma c permeable pressing stresses for the rivet material. पहला, strength of rivet joint is equal to the least value of Pt, Ps and Pc, and the ratio of the strength of the riveted joint to the strength of the unriveted plate per pitch length is called efficiency of the riveted joint. Mathematically, efficiency of the rivet joint is equal to least value of Pt, Ps and Pc, P sigma t. Welded joint. The strength of the transverse fillet welded joint is given by P is equal to 1 by square root 2 SL sigma t for single fillet weld, and 2 square root 2 SL sigma t for double fillet weld. S क्या है? leg या size of weld, L क्या है? length of the weld, sigma t क्या हमारा? allowable tensile stress of the weld material, और through the parallel fillet weld joint is given by P is equal to 1 upon 2 SL tau square root 2 is equal to SL tau for single parallel fillet weld. The transverse field weld joints are designed by the tensile strength, and parallel plate weld joints are designed for the shear strength. Thin cylindrical or spherical cell. If the thickness of the wall of a cell is less than 1 by 10 to 1 by 15, its diameter is known as thin cell. 1 by 10 say 1 by 15 of its diameter is known as thin cell. Or it may be noted that whenever तो थिन सिलेंडर या स्फेरिकल सेल की बात करते हैं, इफ द थिकनेस ऑफ द वॉल ऑफ अ सेल इज less than 1 by 10 to 1 by 15, its diameter is known as thin cell. And it be noted that however a cylinder wall is subjected to internal pressure, its walls are subjected to following two types of tensile stress. First is the circumferential stress या hoop stress. Second is the longitudinal stresses. In case of thin cells, the stresses are assumed to be uniformly distributed throughout the wall thickness, and when a thin cylindrical wall cell of diameter d, thickness t and length l is subjected to internal pressure P, then the circumferential या hoop stresses induces in the cell sigma c is equal to PD upon 2t neta. Longitudinal केस में क्या हो जाएगा, sigma l is equal to PD upon 4t neta. This one is the it has the efficiency of riplet joint when the cell is made of desired capacity by joining different plates by means of rivet. पहला circumferential stress has the tendency to split up to the cylindrical cell into the two, and longitudinal stress has the tendency to split up the cylindrical cell into the two cylinders, and the longitudinal stress is the half of the circumferential या hoop stresses. Next, that is the change in dimension of a thin cylindrical cell. So when a thin cylindrical cell is subjected to an internal pressure, its walls will be subjected to a lateral strain, and the effect of which is cause some changes in dimension, like the length and diameter of the cell. Circumferential strain is given by eta c is equal to PD upon 2t bracket में 1 minus 1 by 2m, and longitudinal केस में कहते हैं E is equal to PD upon 2t bracket में 1 by 2 minus 1 by m. E हमारा क्या है, यंग मॉडुलस ऑफ इलास्टिक सेल मटेरियल, एंड 1 by m क्या है, पॉइजन रेशियो. द चेंज इन डायमीटर इज गिवन बाय सिग्मा d इक्वल टू 3c d PD स्क्वायर अपॉन 2t ब्रैकेट में 1 minus 1 by 2m, and change in length delta इक्वल टू EL upon L into L PDL upon 2TE bracket 1 by 2 minus 1 by m. It be noted that when the cell is subjected to an internal pressure, there will be an increase in diameter as well as length of the cell. The change in volume given by sigma v is equal to v to EC plus EL, where v is equal to pi by 4 d square into L. Delta v upon v is equal to 2 EC plus EL PD upon 4 TE bracket में 5 minus 4 by m. This is on the volumetric strain. And next, that is the thin spherical cell. When a thin spherical cell of diameter d is the thickness t and subjected to internal pressure P, then the stress induced in the cell material P is sigma is equal to PD upon 4 T meter, and the change in diameter is equal to sigma d equal to PD square 4 TE bracket में 1 by m, and sigma v change in volume is equal to pi dt power 4 8 d T bracket में 1 by m. ठीक cylindrical या spherical cell की बात करते हैं, तो if the thickness of the wall of a cell is greater than 1 by 10 to 1 by 15 its diameter, तो क्या कहलाएगा thick cell. और thickness cells, thick cell जो basically generally use होते हैं for withstand of high pressure, sometimes even compound thick cells are used to withstand very high pressure or to contain chemical under high pressure. The problem of this cylinder is somewhat complex and it is solved by Lenz's theory. Drag and bending stresses. So when a eccentric loads act upon a body, then the drag and bending stresses are induced. Consider a column subjected to a compressive load P and acting at the eccentric of E. The magnitude of drag compressive stresses of the entire cross section of the column is given by sigma O equal to P by A. A is the cross section area of the column, and the magnitude of the bending stress at the edge AB is given by sigma B is equal to P dot E dot YC upon I, that is compressive, and the bending stress at the edge of CD sigma B is equal to P dot E dot YT upon I, that is tensile. YC and YT is the distance from the extreme fibers on the compressive and tensile sides from the neutral axis respectively. I is the second moment area of the section about the neutral axis, that is Y axis dBq upon 12. Next, that is strength of material. The maximum or resultant compressive stresses of the at the edges AB is given by sigma c बराबर p डॉट e डॉट y c अपॉन i प्लस p अपॉन a इक्वल टू m अपॉन z प्लस p अपॉन a इक्वल टू सिग्मा b प्लस सिग्मा नॉट that is m is equal to p dot e, that is z is equal to I upon phi c, and the maximum resultant tensile stresses at the HCD sigma t is equal to p dot e dot yt upon I is equal to minus p upon a is equal to m upon z minus p upon a is equal to sigma b minus sigma o. Note, first note that कह रहा है कि when the member is subjected to a tensile load, then the above equations may be used for interchanging the subscript c and t. Or when the dielectric stress sigma o is the greater than the equal to the bending stress sigma b, the compressive stress shall be to present over the cross section. Third, when the dielectric stress sigma o is less than the bending stress sigma b, then the tensile stress will be occur in the left hand portion of the cross section and compressive stress on the right hand portion of the cross section. Next, limit of eccentricity. Limit of eccentricity की बात कर ले तो it is a maximum distance between the geometrical axis of a column section from the point of loading such that no tensile stress comes into play any section of the column if we have seen that of the resultant tensile stress at the edge CD. So sigma t is equal to sigma b minus sigma o, that is mz upon m by z minus p upon a, and if the tensile stress is not permitted to come into play, the bending stress sigma b should be less than the direct stress sigma o. At the most, it may be equal to the direct stress, that is sigma b is less than equal to sigma o, or m by z is less than equal to p by a, or p dot e by z is less than equal to p by a, या e is less than equal to z by a. That is the limit of eccentricity for various section. For a rectangular section of width b and depth d, e is less than d by 6, and for a hollow rectangular section with b and d, outer with the width and depth is respectively, b and d is the inner width and depth respectively. So e is less than equal to bd cube minus bd cube upon 6 bd bracket में bd minus small bd. For circular section of diameter d, e is less than equal to d by 8. For a hollow circular section of outer and inner diameter d and small d is respectively. Next, column and studs. कॉलम स्ट्रेट की बात कर लेते हैं. तो अगर देखते हैं कि स्ट्रक्चरल मेंबर सब्जेक्टेड टू एन एक्सियल कंप्रेसिव फोर्स इज कॉल्ड a stud. Structural member subjected to axial compressive force is called a stud, and a stud may be horizontal, inclined, or even vertical, but a vertical stud is used for building a frame is called column. According to Island column theory, the critical load P to the column of different type of end condition. First is the both ends are hinged. जब बोथ साइड हिंज होगा तो पी इक्वल टू पाई स्क्वायर ई आई अपॉन एल स्क्वायर होगा, और जब फ्रॉम वन एंड इज फिक्स और अदर एंड फ्री होगा तो पी इक्वल टू पाई स्क्वायर ई अपॉन 4 एल स्क्वायर होगा. जब दोनों एंड फिक्स होंगे, पहले था जब दोनों हिंज होंगे तो पाई स्क्वायर ई अपॉन एल स्क्वायर हो जाएगा, और जब दोनों साइड फिक्स होगा तो 4 आ जाएगा, और जब एक तरफ फिक्स्ड होगा दूसरी तरफ फ्री होगा तो नीचे 4 आ जाएगा, और एक तरफ फिक्स्ड और दूसरी तरफ हिंज हो जाएगा तो 2 आ जाएगा. तो इस तरह कर सकते हैं. फॉर वन पर बोथ हिंज है तो पी इक्वल टू पाई स्क्वायर ई अपॉन एल. जब बोथ साइड हिंज है और बोथ साइड जब फिक्स होगा तो पी 4 पाई स्क्वायर ई अपॉन एल स्क्वायर, और जब एक तरफ एंड होगा तो फिक्स होगा, दूसरी तरफ एंड फ्री होगा तो पाई स्क्वायर ई आई अपॉन 4 एल स्क्वायर. वन इज द इन जनरल. और जनरल फॉर्मूला आइलर फॉर्मूला पी इक्वल टू पाई स्क्वायर ई आई अपॉन एल स्क्वायर एंड पी इक्वल टू पाई स्क्वायर ई आई अपॉन ई आई स्क्वायर. P is the constant representing the end condition of the column, and it will be noted that P equal to 1 for a column with both ends hinged, and P equal to 4 for a column with one end is fixed and other end is free, and P equal to 1 by 4 for a column both ends is fixed, and P equal to 1 by 2 for a column one end is fixed and other end is free. Next, there is another way for representing the Euler formula for the crippling load by replacement by length and effective length of column, like equivalent length of a given column even end condition is the length of equivalent column of the same materials and the cross section with height and having the value of crippling load equal to that of given column. And condition and crippling load, both ends hinge, that is crippling load 5 per EI upon L square equal to 5 per EI upon L square. Relative between equivalent length and actual length, capital L equal to small l. One end is fixed and other end is free. 5 per EI upon 4 L square, that is 5 per EI upon 2 L square, 5 square EI upon capital L square. रिएक्शन से हो जाएगा इक्विवेलेंट लेंथ के केस में L बराबर 2L. जब एक एंड फिक्स है दूसरा एंड फ्री है तो L बराबर 2L हो जाएगा. जब दोनों एंड फिक्स हैं तो L की क्या हो जाएगी, L बाई 2 हो जाएगी. जब एक फिक्स है तो L बराबर सेम हो जाएगा, लेकिन जब एक एंड फिक्स होगा दूसरा फ्री होगा तो 2L हो जाएगा. अगर दोनों एंड फिक्स हो जाएगा तो L बाई 2 ले लेंगे. अगर एक फिक्स होगा और दूसरा हिंज होगा तो L बाई रूट 2 हो जाएगा. Then Euler formula for is given by P is equal to 5 per EI upon L square and 5 per E AK square upon L square, that is 5 per EA upon L by K square. So that is I equal to AK square, where E is the area and K is the least radius of separation of the section. The ratio L by K is known as the cylindrous ratio, and sometimes the column whose cylindrous ratio is more than 80 are known as long columns, and whose cylindrous ratio is less than 80 are known as short columns. Euler formula holds good for a long column. And sigma C pressing stresses of the column material. A is the cross sectional area of the column. A is the Rankine constant. Sigma C is the pi square E. Capital L is the equivalent length of the column. K is the least radius of gyration. For the Rankine constant A as follows. रॉड आयरन केस में ए की वैल्यू देगी 1.99000 एंड फॉर माइल्ड स्टील केस में जाएगा ए की वैल्यू 1/7500 एंड फॉर कॉस्ट आयरन केस में ए की वैल्यू 1600 एंड फॉर टिम्बर केस में ए की वैल्यू 1750. डैम्स एंड रिटेनिंग वॉल्स. अ डैम इज कंस्ट्रक्टेड टू स्टोर लार्ज क्वांटिटी ऑफ वाटर विच इज यूज्ड फॉर द पर्पस ऑफ इरिगेशन एंड पावर जनरेशन. A dam is constructed with the earth dam, whereas the dam constructed with a cement concrete is called Mansouri or Jeffrey dam. A dam may be any cross section, but the dam is of trapezoidal cross section as very popular these days. A retaining wall is generally constructed to retain earth in hilly areas. The following two forces generally act a dam. The weight of the dam acting downward and the pressure of the water is acting horizontally. A is the top weight of dam, B is the bottom weight of dam, capital is the height of the dam, and rho is the surface weight of the dam maximally, and small s is the height of water retained by the dam, and small w is the surface weight of water. We know that the weight of the dam is w equal to 8/2 and this is the subdivision dam and horizontal distribution है P by W plus 30. Next हमारा condition of stability of dam. Condition stability of dam. Active earth pressure, passive earth pressure, in time study of passive earth pressure, 1 is times 5 and 5. Reinforcement, and that will last when materials are very thin. So elastic materials are also when the materials regain its original position, the middle of the fixing is known as external. Elastic material, when the material does not regain its original position, the removal of external force is called plastic material. Ductile material, when the materials can undergo considerable deformation without rupture, is called ductile material. And fourth, ductile materials, when materials cannot undergo any deformation, like is called brittle material. So this is the system diagram, and ultimate stress क्या होगा, ultimate load upon original cross section area, capital stress क्या होगा, breaking load upon original cross section area, bending stresses is known as Chekhov fatigue. Thanks for watching and sharing.